Okay, so this is second observation on the 19th of 10th, 2016 with Edward Berry on email content.
Yeah. So this is
Say your name.
Edward Berry on email content again. So this is .mail. This is what we use for all of our emails.
Yeah.
So this is how we operate. So you go into campaigns, my campaigns. So obviously, I've already logged in here. We only have one account, which is Tanisha, who is our email marketing expert, if you will. So we all use her account. It's all in one place. It can only be in that place, for example. So this is all the emails we've sent out since forever. So like January this year, it goes all the way back to.
And how often do you send out an email?
Once a day.
Right.
And plus like triggered ones. So like if someone orders something, like here's your order invoice.
Is that done through .mail at the trigger?
Yes.
Right, okay.
So we've got one here just called Test Edward that we can just play around. So usually we brief an email into our creative agency saying we've got 20% off tools or whatever, saying we want this creative, and then they go and make the email first and then structure and design the banners around that, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So they also have this login and they will put it in folder or one of the respective folders, but it'll more than likely end up in to be sent, which is obviously emails to be sent over the next week or so. So, and then we can go in and edit like terms and conditions, logos, and anything like that. So
you don't edit the emails yourself?
We, up to a point, we do.
So you kind of you get all the pieces.
Yes,
and you kind
then
of put
we
them
sort
together.
of put them together. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So one of the things we do on every email is split testing. So this is how we split test.
Do you do that on every email, do A/B testing?
Yeah, but it's not for. We only do it for like an hour, and then we just do the full send, whichever subject line's been opened the most.
Okay.
So yeah, so we have 3 versions. So you can have 15% off, 15% off for limited time only, and then 15% off ends.
So does that mean you have different lists?
No, we send them all to. We send them all to one database, and then so we have a select group of people who it will go to in the first hour, who will have 3 different. So 15% of our database will get one of these versions of emails with a different subject line. Whichever is open the most in that 1 hour of testing, we will then send out fully after the hour.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So
And that's will that be your version C then?
Yeah, so we've got A, B. So A is just 15% off. Like it doesn't state anything, doesn't. So we don't really expect that to 15% off for a limited time only. Might get a few options. 15% off ends midnight tomorrow. Sort of gives the customer like a little alert saying, okay, I need to either do it now or tomorrow. So to get whatever I want. So that's how we sort of split test. Going to save, continue. So this is the actual email. We've got 15% off your order. This was run about, getting on for a month ago, something like that. But all of these elements here, the template for the emails are exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So beginning to look a lot like 15% off. That is usually edited for whichever campaign is running.
Yeah.
So if it's free delivery, say like free delivery ends, blah blah blah, or free delivery on so and so. View this email online, so if people just want to view it online, don't want it on their desktop or having problems viewing it or something like that, they can simply view it online. Header always stays the same, it's just our logo and our motto. These 4 columns stay the same. These are our best selling sort of lines and easy access, so like log into your account, Boolean tools, 2 of our biggest sellers, and new products that have been added in this month.
Yeah.
This is what we get from our creative agency, so they create something like this.
So what sort of file is that?
That is a GIF file.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we also have down here everything that they've made over the years, so like sterling silver, maybe not. If we go to, so like, there you go. So create everything from
Right.
GIF files to just basic single graphic things that don't move. Or
And that content, talk me through how that content is kind of sourced to this point, so from start to finish.
so we photograph all the products. We then sort of like cut them out, so as you see it. So like remove all the edges from, send them over to our creative agency and say, look, we want this, or we want this colour, or we want this style, or something along those lines, and then they work from it, and then create us something like that.
So what was the time period that this is turned over? So when will the picture, because you send something out every day, so are you working kind of a week ahead sort of
We
thing?
work at least 2 weeks ahead.
Right, okay.
Yeah. But if we've got a big campaign like Black Friday, for example, that will be briefed months ahead, just so that like they've got time to make it perfect, because it's such a big time of the year for us. But something like free delivery for a day, like or flash free delivery as we call it, maybe a week ahead. Yeah, something like that, because it's not too big of a task for them, and it can be turned around in 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, once we've edited all this, we go down. We always have a button underneath it, taking them to the link or to the page where this will go.
Yeah.
Again, just makes it easy for the customer to convert through and hopefully open the sale. And then at the bottom we have our address, our registered, all the legal stuff, and our terms and conditions. And in it, you must legally have an unsubscribe button, which is down here. So, like you can say, just
It's the smallest
unsubscribe.
it can possibly ever be.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's got to be there, and it is
No,
there.
yeah, that's standard.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
That is usually edited with the campaign as well. So free delivery. So it'll be free delivery ends blah 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 excludes this.
Yeah.
It's multiple use or single use or something like that, and then that will be edited with the campaign.
Okay, so let's have a look at kind of, have you got a past one that you've sent out, maybe even yesterday's? And how do we look at kind of how successful it was?
Let's go to... There we go, so this one was sent in the middle of September. It was for free delivery. Now, most people, if they're on our website anyway, because most of the time free delivery is automatic, so if they buy something, then they automatically get the free delivery added on. So something like this maybe wouldn't do so well and convert with quite high numbers. Do you know what I mean? But if it's still, looking at it did fairly well. So that worked.
Well, it delivered, it didn't open.
That's a test one actually. That's not a good one to choose. Let's choose.
Oh, that's a bit down.
Yeah, there you go. So these are emails that were sent out over a period of time. I think this was, a month ago. So these are all the emails. So like how many, total sends. So this 44 one was in people who have bought Impress Art over like the last 3 months,
Right.
a 3-month period, something like that. So quite a select group of people, and then they would have got either like a discount or early access to something like that. These ones that are sent to 30,000 plus people is everyone in our database, which is continually growing. So this is something that we would base how well an email is done on, like with numbers like this.
So on 30,000,
So
how many
30,000
opens did you get?
Open just nearly 8,500.
So it's 30%, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And the unsubscribe rate's very good as well.
Yeah. So like the people who do subscribe to emails are more than likely people who are interested in jewellery.
Yeah.
They won't just sign up for the hell of it, just because we want to see what we've got on, but they will be interested in jewellery and they will be interested in what we've got going on.
So how do you update the database? Does the technology itself separate it out?
Yes.
So who updates the database, or is it linked to your database?
It's linked to our database, so on our website we've got or sign up and subscribe, stuff like that. and then they will put in their details, country, their address, whether they're a designer, maker, hobbyist, professional, stuff like that, and that will then filter through our system and say, right, they're a designer maker who lives in Germany, for example, so they're export only, and they only want like the higher end emails, if you know what I mean. So they don't want like stuff for beads and stuff like that. They're accomplished jewellers that sell it on.
So do you send out more than one a day?
So sometimes, not all the time. For export, we usually do it via social, because our following's a lot bigger on there, and we reach a lot more people, and of course the language barrier as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stuff like that is mainly done via social.
Okay. Cool. That'll do.